Hello everyone. Today we have with us Captain Kunal Unyal, CEO at International Maritime Business Academy, Dehradun, a postgraduate in maritime policy and shipping management from Cardiff Business School, author of 13 books with 15 years of experience in international maritime business. We have Captain Kunal. Welcome on board, sir. Welcome to College Dunia Podium.
Thank you so much, Dunya, for giving this opportunity so that we can interact with candidates and let them know more about the course and our academy.
Sure. So beginning with the interview, sir, my first question would be, you have held key positions throughout your professional career. What are the key factors that keep you connected with the education sector?
Well, since the time I joined shipping, I started my career in the year 2002. And since that time till now, I've always realized that there was a serious lack of academic and industry partnership. So that made me shift from commercial to the academic side, as I always believe that if the foundation not going to be strong, it will be very difficult for candidates to proceed further in their career in shipping.
Certainly, sir. Moving ahead, so when you first came to IMBA Dehradun, what was your vision for the institute and how it has evolved over time? How far along in implementing that vision are you?
Okay. Prior to that, I would like to give you a little brief about how IMBA came into existence. Well, I was after my post-graduation from Cardiff Business School, I got a job opportunity in Baltic Exchange. It's known as Makkah Shipping. So I was working out there for quite some time. It was during that time that I realized that there is a serious lack of technical, practical application in our students in India, because when you see candidates in Europe, you realize that their focus is mainly on skills rather than on education. So that was a time it came to my mind that we need to have a course like this in India. We didn't have a course like this. So it was when it was then that the seed of IMBA was planted in my head. So I came back to India. We started our shipbrokering and chartering operations from Dehradun itself. I'm born and brought up in Dehradun. I always had that vision that something like this should come in Dehradun. And after some time, when I realized that now the time is right and there's a serious need for a rightful candidate in the industry, so that was when IMBA came into existence. And it was very nice. It was good actually when we realized that industry there's a serious want of this kind of candidates who has a practical knowledge, who are trained in commercial aspects of shipping. And that is when IMBA evolved, and slowly and gradually from certificate programs, we have started postgraduate programs. And then it's like we have introduced undergraduate programs, MBAs, and slowly and gradually we are heading for doctorate programs as well.
Thank you for the answer, sir. Moving ahead, being the CEO of IMBA, what is the philosophy of leadership and how would you describe your leadership style?
Well, CEO, I don't know what it means to other people, but for me, it is more about brainstorming in a right direction, keeping the organization intact, be a rightful guide to people, and to possess a leadership quality. As I always say, one has to be possessing OLQ, officer-like quality. That's what a CEO needs. He needs to guide people in a rightful direction. He needs to create an aura where people find themselves comfortable in an organization and they have a say in that. And if you take an example of academics, academic CEO of an academy, of a university, of a college is very different from CEO of the corporate world. Here, you have to think with the perspective of students, skills, job, knowledge, placements. A lot of factors come into existence.
Sure, sir. Certainly. So the next question would be, the education system in India and other foreign countries are structured very differently. In your experience, what can an inbound student gain from studying here at your institute?
Exactly. That's what I started with, and that's what I realized very earlier in my career when I was there in London, that students out there, they are not possessing some very high degrees and diplomas and all. They specialize in one subject and then they make a career out of it. And shipbrokering and chartering was a very niche sector. In India, it hasn't been explored so far. Most of the companies, most of the jobs were oriented in Europe, Singapore, Dubai, US. So the whole objective of bringing this bringing this kind of education in India was to enhance the quality of education, plus to bridge the gap between academy and the industry. We have interacted with a lot of industry companies, a lot of CEOs, VPs of the companies, and the only thing they had in their mind was we don't have skilled candidates. So the whole idea behind IMBA coming into existence was to train them in a rightful direction, and to train them as early as possible, and to give them that experience of how jobs are carried out in a company, and how they can make a rightful career in the right direction.
Very well said, sir. So moving ahead, how does the curriculum of IMBA ensures the best practice of the industry?
Well, first and the foremost thing is that curriculum has been developed in partnership with the industry. Like for example, IMR is one of our clients. So they are into core trading, RNO trading, mineral trading, and all. So they have guided us there. We have sat with them for many hours and devised the syllabus in such a fashion that the candidate, who after completion of this course, will be directly employable. He is not learning something like finance or accounting. That is okay, they're perfectly fine. But what shipping company needs at this moment is trained brokers and charters who can run their ship from day one. Nobody has time to train them. So the curriculum has been developed in such a fashion that they get trained in a practical aspect, and from day one, they can provide business to the companies.
Certainly, sir. Certainly, sir. So moving ahead, what do you think your roles and responsibility to the institute and the students are?
As I've said, being a CEO of an academy, an institution, totally different from being a CEO of a corporate, some other corporate company. My duties and responsibilities, I can say that first and foremost is that students should be comfortable talking with me. My staff should be comfortable interacting with me. As my cabin is just next door to the classroom, I make sure that whatever we taught by our professors, by our faculties, is directly related to our subject. They don't deviate from that path. Although we give them leeway, that they can suggest us, they can sit with us, and they can tell us like in what direction we need to head and what all things can be implementable, which can be brought into existence, so that our students can get benefit out.
Thank you for the answer, sir. So the next question would be, what do you think should be the institute's top priority over the next 10 years?
Well, first and foremost thing, as I always say, if you have started an educational institution, you have to make sure that the students are placed. We are not supposed to educate them if we are not able to provide them jobs. This is our philosophy. That is the reason we take only 30 candidates in a year. Just 30 candidates, pan-India, so that we train them properly, we teach them properly, we guide them properly, and we place them properly. Properly means they should go on a good level, an executive level, on a managerial position with a good salary. So that's the prime objective. Secondly, to collaborate with as many universities, quality universities, A+ universities, foreign universities, so that students in Dehradun, sitting in Dehradun, they can get the European exposure, Greece exposure, Singapore exposure, sitting here, along with that industry partnership. That's very, very important. That's why we make sure that once theoretical part is covered, our students head for paid internship after completion of their theoretical aspect. This helps them to enhance their skills, and plus they become very employable in this.
That's a very good initiative and thought, sir. So what are some of the biggest challenges you see both for higher education in general and for IMBA specifically?
Okay, as Prime Minister Modi has said, our education system needs a serious reformation. It is too much theoretical here. We still lag behind most of the nations with respect to education, because it's mostly focused on theoretical aspects. You will find thousands of graduates, millions of engineers passing out each year, but they're not employable because what they have been taught, it's already finished. It's happened 10 to 20 years back. It needs to be upgraded on daily basis. That's what we do. We have opened an incubation center at IMBA itself, so that students get a real-time experience of how shipping goes on, what is happening around the globe. They talk directly with the owner. They interact directly with the charterers. They're talking with our clients in Europe. They're talking with our clients in South America. And they are getting the real-time exposure of actually in what direction shipping is heading and what new programs are being introduced around the globe that students can benefit it out sitting in Dehradun itself.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the answer. So, what are some of the plans that you're currently designing for IMBA International Affairs and for students?
Okay, we have a lot of plans in action. Yes, you must be aware that we have already collaborated with the topmost university in Mauritius, this Rushmore Business School, and we'll be introducing our courses out there. Then we have recently collaborated with the University of Plymouth, one of the premier in maritime education in Europe. Then we are in touch with Nantes Maritime College in France. Then we are in touch with 2 colleges in Greece. So the whole idea is to create a syndicate of colleges where students get a real-time experience, they get knowledge, they interact. There should be a cross-cultural programs where students will get an idea of actually how shipping in India works, as well as how shipping globally is being run and in what direction they can head for. The best part about our course is that it is students who come up to us and tell us that they want to make a career in this particular field, because maritime is a vast sector. We have got ship brokering, we have got chartering, we have got vessel managers, we have got commodity traders, we have got port agents, we have got port management, we have got maritime lawyers. So after 2 to 3 months of program, our students are very clear about what they want to do. Thirdly, our students, they are busy, like just 3 months into the program, and they are already busy writing the journals. They are busy writing papers for famous journals. They are writing articles for famous magazines. Recently, one of our students' article was published in the leading military magazine of India. It's a strategic affair, and that's the whole idea, to give students that exposure, international exposure, while they interact and they implement what they're actually learning in their classroom.
Good to know, sir. Thank you for the answer. So, my last question would be any suggestion you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
Okay, first thing, expand your brain, expand your mind. Think what you're doing, what you're gonna do. Don't follow the crowd. If you follow the crowd, you'll become the crowd. We have got each year millions of engineers, millions of MBAs passing out without any job. Think about what you're gonna do. Explore your career options. Take suggestions from career counselors. There are people like us who are from the industry, who exactly know in what direction the industry is heading for. Along with that, maritime is one of the best professions at this moment. Amazingly, during this COVID time, where all the industries were suffering, shipping was the only industry which has done exceptionally well. In fact, we had maximum hiring from our institution during this time. Last year, hiring was very less, but during COVID time, the demand has increased suddenly, and we have a lot of companies coming up to us. Recently, Introvision has approached us for a few candidates, the IMR has taken a few candidates, and we have got another 3 to 4 companies coming up for campus next week. So, what I will advise to youth is that please think what you are doing, explore your career options. You have the whole world in your hands, you have internet in your hand. We didn't have that option during our time. Use that. Think where the jobs are, what is the salary level, what post you want to do. That is what is important.
On that note, thank you, sir. Thank you for your time and thank you for inviting us.
Thank you so much. Pleasure is all mine.